Trivedi, Assistant Professor for the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. Welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by the LG Institute of Pharmacy. In this session, we will see about the Certificate of Pharmaceutical Product, often abbreviated as COPP or CPP. This COPP certificate is issued in a format which is recommended by the WHO, and it establishes the status of the pharmaceutical product and of applicant for this application in the exporting country. This certificate is issued for the single product because the manufacturing arrangement and the approved information regarding the dosage forms and different strengths can vary. COPP demonstrates that the product is manufactured as per the GMP guideline and it has undergone the rigorous testing and examination before its approval by the regulatory authorities in the exporting country. And this demonstrates that the imported medicine is of appropriate standards of the quality, safety and efficacy that makes it eligible for its marketing in the importing country. So whenever there is an import and export of the pharmaceutical drug product, this certificate, that is COPP, is asked by the regulatory authorities of the importing countries. And that is under two situations. One, when the application is related to the product seeking for the approval regarding its importation and sale in the country in which the product is being imported. And the second situation, when there is administrative action is required to renew, extend, vary or review such kind of license. So whenever COPP is asked by the regulatory authorities in importing country, the applicant has to get the certificate from the regulatory authorities in exporting country. So this certificate is issued by the regulatory authorities in exporting country. And this certificate is to be provided to the regulatory authorities of the importing countries along with the other documents which are to be submitted for its product approval regarding the importation and sale in the importing country. So what is the need of COPP? So to enhance the international commerce of the quality pharmaceutical product, WHO recommends this COPP under its certification scheme, and that is to help the undersized regulatory authorities or the regulatory authorities without sufficient quality assurance facility in the importing country to assess the quality of the pharmaceutical product. Now it is as prerequisite for the registration and importation of the pharmaceutical drug product. All the requests regarding this COPP must be channeled through the appropriate people involved in this, that is the agent or the importing company in the country in which the product is being imported, and the product license holder or other commercially interested party in the exporting country called as applicant. So you can see in this diagram the channel through which the request of COPP is being processed. So in this slide you can see there are two countries involved. Country B that represent the importing country in which the product is being imported, and country A represent the foreign country or exporting country. So whenever the application regarding the importation and sale distribution of the product is received by the regulatory authority in importing country, they ask for the COPP from the applicant, and this applicant, who is the agent in the importing country, asks a COPP from the exporting country, and this exporting company now asks for the COPP to the regulatory authority in that country, and after thorough evaluation of the application and the product related to this application, the regulatory authority of the exporting country issue the COPP, and then it is being sent to the regulatory authority of the importing country. And in case if any doubt regarding the validity of this COPP, the regulatory authority of importing country can communicate directly with the regulatory authority of the exporting country. So let's see about the application and certification process of COPP or CPP in India. So for this, the applicant has to submit the application to the state licensing authority and to the central drug regulatory authority. And in case of central drug regulatory authority, the application has to be addressed to the deputy drug controller or assistant drug controller of zonal or sub-zonal offices respectively. The applicant shall submit the application along with all the documents and detail that is mentioned as per the Annexure A and the product detail as per the product summary sheet that is mentioned in Annexure B as per the guidance of the 47th DCC minutes. So whenever application received by the regulatory authorities, it is being checked and scrutinized, and the sub-zonal or zonal officers makes the review report or inspection report as per the WHO GMP guideline, and then from the date of the receipt of the complete application at the state licensing authority or the central regulatory authority, recommendation for issuance or the further compliance or for rejection shall be forwarded to the state licensing authority within a particular timeline. And in that case, if the joint inspection is required, that is by the SLA and the CDSCO zonal or sub-zonal offices, then from the date of this receipt, within 28 days, these recommendations are passed to the SLA from the zonal or sub-zonal offices. And if the joint inspection is not required, then within 21 days the recommendations are passed to the state licensing authority. And once the recommendation received by the state licensing authority, so based on the report of the joint inspection team, the COPP or COPP shall be issued within the 5 days on behalf of the DCGI. And in case the application is rejected by the regulatory authorities, the applicant can reapply after the compliance after 5 months along with the earlier compliance report. Let's see about the content and format of COPP that is as per the recommendation by the WHO. So this format can be referred from the official website of the WHO, or it can be referred from the Annexure 7 that is given in the guidance document provided by the CDSCO. So the COPP include the information like number of certificate, name of the exporting countries, name of the importing countries, and then there are 4 segments. The segment 1 contains information regarding the product, that is name and dosage form, the active ingredients present in the formulation and amount per unit dose. The qualitative composition of all excipients shall be provided. The applicant has to give the information whether the product is licensed and that is to be marketed in the exporting country, or it is already in market in the exporting country, or if it is approved but not to be marketed in the exporting country with proper justification. The segment 2 consisting of the 2 sections 2A and 2B. So when the product is licensed and that is to be marketed in the exporting country, then section 2A that is to be filled up by the applicant or the information regarding that point. And if the product is licensed but not for the marketing in the exporting country, then section 2B is applicable. So section 2A includes the information like number of the product license and date of issue, the information regarding the product license holder, that is name and address, the status of the applicant. Now the applicant can be of 3 categories, A, B and C. The A indicates the applicant is a manufacturer of the drug product that is related with the application. B category indicates the applicant is involved in packaging and or labeling of the drug product that is manufactured by the independent company. And C category includes that applicant is not involved in any manufacturing or packaging labeling function. So in case of B and C category, the information regarding the manufacturer has to be provided. The section 2 also involves the information whether the technical information on basis of which the approval is given by the regulatory authority, whether it is attached or not. Then the complete product information that is approved by the regulatory authority is attached or not. In case the applicant is different from the product license holder, then the name and address of this applicant must be given. In section 2b, additional information is required, that is regarding justification why the product is not marketed in the exporting country. So why marketing authorization is lacking, that should be provided. For example, if the product is exclusively made for the export purpose, then marketing of that kind of product is not required in the original country, or we can say exporting country. In point 3, the applicant has to provide the information whether the certifying authority inspect periodically the manufacturing site or not. So in that case, if it is being inspected by the regulatory authority, then periodicity of the routine inspection in terms of years should be provided, and it is also including the information whether the manufacturer of this type of dosage form has been inspected or not, and whether the facilities and operation conform to the GMP guideline as per the WHO recommendation is there or not, right? And in case the certifying authority is not inspecting the manufacturing plant in the exporting country, then the applicant has to justify that the information submitted to the regulatory authority satisfy all the aspects of the manufacture of the product. Now that is possible in case when there are foreign contractors are involved. For example, the manufacturing in the exporting country is done by the foreign country. So in that case, the certifying authority which issues the certificate may not inspect this manufacturing plant, but the country in which the manufacturing is done inspect the manufacturing premises for that particular product. And lastly, the COPP must contain the information regarding the regulatory authority which certified this COPP, and that includes the information regarding the address of the certifying authority, telephone number, fax number, name of the authorized person on behalf of regulatory authority, signature and stamp and date. So there are explanatory notes given regarding the points which are written as a superscript regarding the particular segment mentioned in the COPP. Thanks for watching this video. For more updates, like, share and subscribe our Pharma Ignite YouTube channel. Press bell icon for the notifications.